Hey, sis. Hey, what's going on?
Girl, nothing but life, nothing but life.
Okay. All right, I'm waiting for Crystal to join.
Okay,
I don't see you, friend. I see you in the chat, but I don't see you.
Nicholas is getting ready for prom, so if you hear him in the background, he's getting dressed and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, girl.
prom. Goodness gracious. He was just in elementary school.
Yep.
Dang, man.
There we go.
Hey, friend.
Oh, I like
Hi.
Ooh, I love it.
How's
Good.
it going?
Nicole Crystal. This is Dr. Chris. Dr. Chris, this is Nicole.
it, Dr. Chris. Can y'all
Hi.
hear me
Nice to meet
clearly?
you.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. If y'all see me looking now, I'm just looking at my notes and stuff. We have like key talking points and stuff like that. So if you see me looking down, that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Girl, I done got rid of mine. It's over there, so I'm going to just wing it. And it's 7:01, so we're going to get started. So hello, everybody. Welcome back to It's Safe Speak Your Truth. I am Dr. Chris. And last time we were on live with you all, a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about being careful about what you ask for. You know, when you start your healing journey, you start to assess your relationships and your connections, and you're like, I don't really resonate with this person anymore, or we're not on the same page. And you start to, want to just disconnect and fall back and just do things differently, right? So, since we're on that topic and we're talking about, healing and being more peaceful and assessing relationships, sometimes our family are some toxic people, right? And you're always told, you know, well, that's still your family. That's still your mama, daddy, cousin, auntie, brother, cousin, sister, brother. And you can't disconnect from them because that's family, right? Your blood's thicker than water. But if they toxic and they hurting you and they're abusive and they're disrespectful and they take and misuse you, why does the rule not apply to them? So let's get into it.
Whew.
Okay.
Hey y'all, I'm Kai, the hood therapist. I'm an entrepreneur, licensed cosmetologist, and I'm a spiritual advisor. And we do have a special guest joining us today, and all of our guests are special, so that's how we will announce them. So our special guest for today is Nicole. Nicole is an advocate for herself and others in the disability community, both professionally and personally. She is a sexual assault survivor. She loves sharing her story and she loves to help inspire others to keep going. So if you don't know how to swim, you better get your life jacket because it's about
You better
to
get your life
get
jacket
deep.
because it's about to get
Okay?
deep.
So Nicole,
Okay.
what has been your experience with toxic family and how has that played a part in getting you started on your healing journey?
So, from talking to certain relatives, it has been told to me that there's been generational curses, there's been things that have rolled over from generation to generation. And it's just been no one wants to heal, no one wants to talk about the elephant in the room, nobody wants to address the issue. So every time there's a new generation that comes about, that generation inherits those issues, right? So it's gotten to the point to where I was like, I'm tired. Enough. I'm tired of inheriting all of this toxicity, this negativity, and I'm tired of the back and forth, the bickering, the fussing, the pointing the fingers, nobody taking accountability. Accountability is big with me. If you do something, if you say something, be adult enough to take accountability and say, you know what, I was wrong. I said it. I was wrong. I did it. But then also want to fix it. And toxicity in my family has run rampant. I was just on, it's crazy that we're doing this today because I got off from work last night at 11 o'clock and I was on the phone with my biological mother for like 2 hours arguing over stuff from the past that should have been already resolved. And instead of them wanting to go to counseling, instead of them wanting to address the issues and talk about it and find a solution, they just want to point fingers and blame the next person. Oh, if you wouldn't have said this or if you wouldn't have did that. And I'm like, but what about your role in that? What about you taking accountability for your role in your actions? So toxic family has been since before I was even born. My great-grandmother, God rest her soul, she was 98 when she passed. And it started with her. And as much as that used to hurt to hear, that's facts. She was never taught how to be affectionate. Her parents weren't affectionate towards her. Her family, when her mother and father died, she was 8. So she was raised by her aunt, uncle. They never showed her affection. So when she started having children, she didn't show them affection. So it was a domino effect. Her children, my grandparents didn't show their children affection. My mother didn't show me affection. And so I wasn't an affectionate person until 4 years ago when I decided to go to counseling to fix my stuff. Like you said, I'm a sexual assault survivor. I'm not a victim. I'm a survivor. And so I didn't want to bleed my stuff onto my son. I didn't want to take the things that I inherited, the toxicity and the bickering and the arguing. I didn't want to put that on him. I didn't want to, have him a part of that. So I started going to counseling because I wanted better for myself and I wanted better for my son. I wanted to be a better person for myself and I wanted to be a better parent than my biological mother. It got so bad to where I actually moved out of my biological mother's house at the age of 12, and I moved in with my aunt, who I now call my mother, because she raised me to be the strong, independent woman that I am today. Because my mother didn't believe me when I told her that I was sexually assaulted by her boyfriend. And I tried to tell her that 3 times. And she was like, well, you're just saying it's because you don't want us together. You don't want us to be, you want me to break up with him. So she never believed me, right? And here I am, 44 years old, still having nightmares, still having trauma and flashbacks if I drive a certain place in the city or if certain things happen, I get flashbacks. So now I have anxiety, depression, and PTSD because of my childhood trauma. So it took me to say enough, I'm done, and start counseling, and then talk to you, Kai, about my issues and want to actively do the work that it takes to heal and to move past all of that. Because I didn't want that for my son. And because I did the work and went to counseling and sought help and wanted to be a better person, my son and my relationship is 1,000% better than mine and my biological mother's. Like, I don't have a relationship with her. I don't talk to her. My grandmother lives right next door to me, and I don't talk to her either because she's part of the problem. Toxic family. And she is in her late 70s and refuses to think she's the problem. She is our matriarch now because my great grandmother is gone. So now you're the matriarch and you're carrying on the toxicity because you're instigating mess. You are assuming certain things about certain situations instead of asking questions. Well, what's going on? Is this true? Or whatever like that, and you're assuming, and then she'll call my biological mother. Well, you know this is going on and blah, blah, blah. And here's my biological mother, who I don't talk to, calling me. I already don't talk to you. You're only calling me because of mess and foolishness that you've heard from my grandmother, which is a lie. So, I mean, toxicity, toxic family. So I told them all, the only reason why I'm dealing with y'all is because I want my son to have a relationship with y'all. He didn't do y'all anything. Y'all didn't do him anything because I'm not going to allow that. But I also want him to get to know y'all. And when he gets older, I'm going to let him form his own opinion about y'all and about the situation. And he has. Nick is now 18. And he distances himself from my biological mother and my grandmother because he sees the toxicity. Not only was I on the phone with my biological mother last night, but so was my son, my 18-year-old son, because he realizes the issues. And he was trying to get her to realize her part in that. And she still was not receptive of it. She didn't want to receive what he was saying. So, yeah.
Wow. And that's a lot. And for the people that's just joining in, our topic for this evening is cutting off toxic family. And I'm going to just piggyback on what Dr. Chris said earlier. We all hear people say, oh, well, but that's still family, you know, oh, but that's your mama, that's your daddy, that's your grandmother, you know, but where is that same energy when the toxic family is doing the fucked up shit to us? Why is nobody telling the family, but that's family?
Right.
Why they don't get that? Why y'all not telling the fucked up family, that's family? Why are you treating family like that? But the one who's getting the ass end of the stick is being told, oh, but that's family. Y'all want us to turn the other cheek. I only got two to turn. And when these two done turn, I'm going to give you the other two to kiss.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
And that's it, that's all, because family don't like to take accountability. Family want to keep everything hush-hush. Oh, what goes on in my house stays in my house. So that's just fucking toxic. Y'all are fucking evil. Y'all are fucking narcissists. Y'all are fucking delusional.
That's right. And to speak to a point that you just mentioned, my grandmother treats strangers better than she treats family.
Yes.
I'm your granddaughter. I'm related to you by blood. You saw me grow up from a little girl, and yet and still you treat me and talk to me like shit. But then when you go to church, it's a whole nother, you are a whole nother person. You see, you just did with your head. It's like exorcism.
Oh, talk about it.
And it's crazy because when I react to their toxicity, outsiders are looking at me like, oh Lord, what's wrong with Nicole? But I'm like, you only are seeing one side of the story because they refuse to post stuff like this to Facebook. They only want to post when we are all together as a family at Christmas or Easter or birthday parties. But what about when you just cussed me out? What about when you just tried to put your hands on me? What about when you believed him over me about me being sexually assaulted? You don't want to post that on Facebook because you want to live in this magical make-believe world. And that's what people see on Facebook and social media. So when I post the truth about what you're doing and saying to me, oh, I'm the villain, I'm wrong.
Nah, you just lack accountability. That's it, that's all.
And you know what? This is something that I've recently learned. There's a balance between, okay, keeping your cool, maintaining your energy, like not giving any energy, negative, positive, whatever, energy, attention, nothing to these people. But at the same time, when they continue to poke and prod and try to provoke you, it's like, okay, how much longer am I going to allow these people to think they can do this to me? And I just remain silent. I don't say anything. I don't react, because really what they want is your attention and your reaction, right? You continue to rise above it. Okay, cool. But eventually there's going to come a point in time where you're going to have to go off. You're going to have to. But even in some instances,
Right.
you don't even have to say anything, because everything always comes to light. So you continue to remain,
That's right.
graceful, continue to flourish, continue to be a good person through and
Right.
through, continue to succeed, progress, whatever. Eventually the lies that they've told everyone is gonna be like, wait a minute, she doing pretty good, you know what I'm saying, since they disconnected, and she not really on that like he or she has said that she's on. Like, if she was on that, why are
And
people showing her so much love? If she really was
yep.
such a terrible person, why is she
Doc, you
going
hit the
through it?
nail on the head, and that's what's been going on. People are, I'm focused on my house, my four walls, right? And my main focus the last few years has been my son, getting him through high school, helping him focus on his next level in life. Where do you want to go after high school? Which for him now is college. He'll be starting college in August. And so because I've not entertained them anymore, it's like, oh, so it's not you. It is them. That's crazy, because I don't go around them anymore. I never did call them. They would call me. It got to the point to where I stopped answering my door. She would text me or call me. And when I stopped answering texts and calls, she would come knock on my bedroom window to continue fussing. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not doing this with you. I used to go back and forth with her, so let me say that. I used to be that person that entertained the toxicity. I'm not going to sit up here and act like I was perfect, that I've always been like this. I had to grow through it, and I had to go through it to get to where I'm at. So I used to go back and forth with her. I used to cuss and fuss and argue and try to hurt her. But it got to the point to like, what am I doing to myself? What good is this doing to me to go back and forth with my elder? Yes, she's wrong, but she's still my elder. And I'm going to be held accountable for how I'm talking to her and how I'm treating her and the things that I'm saying and doing. So when she gets like that, I just sit there and I let her talk and I let her fuss and I let her point fingers. And then when she's finished, I'm like, okay, are you done? What you mean, am I done? Are you done?
They don't like that.
They feed off of you arguing back with them. But
They
when
do.
you don't give them that same energy, it makes them even madder. So I'm getting my revenge by not fussing with you, because me not fussing with you is making you more mad, because you want me to fuss with you, and I'm not gonna do that, because that's giving me negative. Now I'm full of negative energy,
And that's
and
the
I'm not about
whole
Right.
point.
and I'm not about to do that to myself.
That's the
So now
point.
it is what it is. And like I told my biological mother, and I also told my grandmother, I only deal with y'all. That's not the word I used. I said, I only fuck with y'all because of my son, because I want y'all to be in his life and I want him to have a relationship with y'all. I said, but when he goes off to college in August, I'm done. He's going to be gone out of town. So I'm going to be here by myself. I don't have to talk to y'all. I don't need y'all for nothing. I pay my own bills. I have a car. I have two full-time jobs, enough to keep me occupied. So when he's gone, y'all ain't gonna see or hear from me ever, because I'm not about to go through that negativity. I'm not. I'm not. Whenever we get together, the first 10 minutes, it's okay. But then after that, somebody starts an argument, and here it goes again. And y'all bring up stuff from months ago. We don't talk about just the current. Y'all bring up issues from months ago, and I'm not about to do that. So,
Because it's eating at them. The fact that you haven't given them the attention or the reaction that they're expecting or what they're looking for, instead of them accepting, okay, she not on that no more. They want to
yep,
provoke you, and you're not giving them what they want, and that's bothering them. So it's like, okay, she gonna do that when we away, we not together. Okay, let's see how she act when we in the same room together. She's still on that energy. She's still talking about she healing and all this other stuff. Yes, I've realized as long as you continue to be you, if a person can get you out of your element and change who you are based on your emotions, if they have control over your emotional
mm-hmm.
reaction, they have too much control. If they disturbing any part of your peace or your stability or your healing or anything, they
Absolutely,
have too much
absolutely.
control, right? You can't give nobody more control
That's
over
right.
you than you, period. As long as you continue to stand on you and your values and your morals, and you show up in love
That's
in
right.
any situation, you
That's right.
you still be
That's right.
you.
Yep.
Don't allow people to change you or give you the negative energy they give you. Okay, well, you take that, you transmute it, and you still show up in love. You know what? I don't know what's going on with you. You might be going through something. We all going through something. I understand, but
Right.
I'm not gonna let you disrespect me. So you got one more time. I'm gonna let you say what you gotta say, and I'm not gonna disrespect you because you're my elder, like you said, Nick.
Yep.
You're my elder. I respect you. But respect also has to be given. You want me to respect you, you're gonna respect me. I'm an
That's
adult.
right.
I'm not a child, right? Talk to me like I'm somebody, because I am. I'm addressing you with
That's
respect.
right.
It gotta be reciprocated, baby. You're not gonna play with me, and then okay, I play with you right back, and now I'm wrong.
Exactly. Exactly.
Right.
How that go?
And y'all, like when I was young, my mama would lie on me. Like she would do shit at home
And say
behind
you did
closed
it.
doors.
And say you
And
did it.
then like when we okay, I'm about to tell y'all what happened. I was in middle school and I was up, I had projects out. Was I in middle school? I was in high school. I think it was like freshman or sophomore year in high school. And I had projects, I had homework. I got up before my mama. First of all, I've been getting myself up for school since I was 7 years old, waking myself up. Well, she would just scream my name for me to get up. She would just scream until I woke up, and then I would get myself ready and walk to school. So I had been taking care of myself since 7. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm going to school. I get up before her. I leave the house before her. I got all this homework. I got projects and shit that I have to do. So she got mad because I didn't clean up the kitchen after her and her son. I will always wash my own dishes. Like I will always clean up after myself. And whatever they left, I felt like they should have cleaned their own shit too. So I, ate, washed the dishes, what I had cleaned up after myself, and finished doing my homework, working on my projects, and all this other shit I had to do. And I was up pretty late, so I just ended up going to sleep. Yo, why this lady came in my room at about 1, 2 o'clock in the morning? I'm asleep. She grabs me by my head and yanks me out the bed, and I'm holding on like I'm asleep, so I grabbed onto my nightstand, and I like grabbed her hand, and I had like scratched her hand with my nails. Like, you woke me up out of my sleep by pulling me by my
Right.
fucking hair. Thank
Right.
you, Tariel. Thank you. So she woke me up, and I'm in shock. So she's standing there, and she have my baseball bat in her other hand, and she like, if you don't get the fuck up and go wash them fucking dishes, I'ma bust your fucking head open.
Oh my God.
So me, I'm still trying to hold my balance, and I'm trying to stop myself from falling out the bed, and she still has my hair in her fucking hand, and she got a tight ass grip on me. So she let me go, and then like I fall. So I get up, I'm mad, I'm crying, I'm washing these dishes at fucking 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. I gotta get up for 6 and get myself ready for school. So then the next day come, get off from school, go by my grandmother. She get off from work. She come to pick me up from by my grandmother's house. And my grandmother lived in the front of the subdivision. We lived in the back of the subdivision. This bitch gonna tell my grandma, Mama, look what Kaya did to my head. And I just looked at her. And my here go my grandmother. Why you did that to your mom? And they just fussing. Everybody just automatically take her side because she's the parent. And people feel like parents don't have a reason to lie on their kids. But really, parents have every reason to lie on their kids because their kids know the real. Their kids can expose them. Their kids know how they really living. And they know that everything that they telling y'all is a lie. And they don't want their reputation to be fucked up.
Yeah.
So now they got to come up with these lies and project all of this shit onto the children.
But children are all children are all
yeah. And nobody ever wanted to listen to me. I was always wrong. And then people would see me mad and they would see me have an attitude with my mama. Oh, because you being disrespectful. You just disrespectful. No, I am hurt. I am angry. How much am I supposed to take?
That's right.
And just because I'm a child, people always say, and Chris, you said this earlier, you know, I'm an adult. Talk to me like an adult, but stop talking to children any kind of way. Children don't deserve to be talked like they fucking gum at the bottom of your fucking shoe because you had a bad day. Because you made fucked up life decisions. That's not that child's fault. Go fucking here, go get counseling, go get therapy. Because everything that my mama did to me, her mama did to her.
Generational curses.
So in order for me to be a better person, I had to cut my family off. I had to get away from that because they knew how to control my emotions. They knew how to get me angry. They knew what fucking buttons to press, and I would feed into it every fucking time. But now I know better, so now I'm gonna do better. And if I have to cut you off, then I just have to cut you off. Yeah, it hurt.
Right.
But it's for a very, very, very good cause.
And we always talk about, you know, as a former people pleaser, I always say this. I always wanted to be the one to save my family, right? Like, you know, I want everybody to just be cool, you know what I'm saying? Just because I'm doing this, that don't mean I'm looking down on you or I think I'm better than you. That's not it. Like, I want us all to win. Let's just all just heal together. Let's just accomplish these goals together. I had to accept, first of all, not everybody wants that for themselves. Just because I'm on that mindset and I'm trying to do different and heal and do these things for the betterment of myself and my family, my bloodline, whatever, not everybody is ready. We always say healing requires courage. It requires focus. It requires fearlessness. Yes, it's scary. Yes, it's new territory. Yes, ain't nobody in our family ever did this, but we're the ones that stepping forward like, okay, I'm gonna do it. I don't care. Whatever I gotta deal with, whatever I encounter on this journey, I can handle it. I got it, right? But sometimes we have to accept that not everybody, the people that we grow with or we grow up with or the family that we're born into, not all the time do we belong there, right? You start to see, damn, actually, they still think like this. They still think this how y'all behave. And you're like you want to bring them with you. It's like, y'all know what I done been through. You done watched me. You done seen me go through this and kill this and overcome this and grow from this. And yet and still
because you shedding a light on the shit that they haven't accomplished. They seeing something in you that they wish they had. And they gonna do any and everything to try to break you down to keep you on their level. It's the fact that you didn't came from where they came from. You started exactly where they started. You didn't have shit just like they didn't have shit, but they gave up on themselves and they want you to give up on yourself too. But I'm not you and I can't give up on you. I can't do that.
You pull yourself out the mud and you do better. I'm the first person in my family that had, well, not the first, but in my immediate family that had a child at a reasonable age. My grandmother got pregnant with my mother when she was 16. My mother had me when she was 18. So they were expecting me to get pregnant with my child around that same age. I didn't have Nick until I was 25. When I was pregnant, when I got pregnant with him, I had my own apartment and I had a job. They didn't. So, like you said, they thought that I thought I was better than them. And it's not that. I watched y'all do this. And I said when I was in junior high school, I want better for myself as an adult. So I did what I had to do to make sure that my adulthood was better. I didn't get pregnant when I was a teenager. I had a job. I made sure I was on my own and that I could afford to take care of my son before I brought him into this world. It's not my fault that y'all didn't do that. So it's not that I think that I'm better than y'all. I saw the trend and I chose to do different. Yes, son. So
Yes.
just for one quick second, y'all, my son is going to prom tonight and he's showing me his tuck.
Let me see your tux, Nick.
Yes, yes, yes. Let us see. Let us see.
So I'm gonna see if I could. Can I turn the camera around? Yes, I'm gonna turn it. They want to see you. The people I'm on the podcast with, so I'm gonna turn the camera around so they can see you because you look so handsome.
Oh, Nick. Oh, you look so handsome. Oh my God. Look at you all grown up and stuff. Boy, you is fresh. Boy, you is sharp.
Oh my
So,
God.
so I'm gonna
Fresh.
take pictures and I'm gonna send y'all pictures. Nick, come here. I got a surprise for you. He got his own tux and his own shoes, but he forgot the boutonniere, and I'm about to surprise him because I brought it.
Oh,
Go look in the refrigerator. There's a Rouse's bag in the refrigerator. Go get it. You see at the top. Bring it here. Come. Bring it here. I bought him the boutonniere. This is my baby Tale. This is my fur daughter. My
hey, girl.
my emotional support dog. She is a blessing, y'all. It's like animals know.
They do.
And when I tell you Tale knows when something is wrong with me because I could be just sitting there and she'll come climb up on my chest and she'll do like this. And she'll just sit there.
Oh.
And she'll just lay there like, okay, I'm going to just sit there until the hurt stops. And she'll sit there. But right now, she's
Oh.
in a good headspace. So she's like, I'm going to just chill on your lap. So, yeah. But I've been having her. She's 7 now. I've been having her for like maybe 4 years. And guess where I got her from? The toxic biological mother. Because
Girl.
because she had her tied up to a door. She bought her as a baby. She had her when she was eight weeks. Tied her up to a door. Didn't potty train her. Didn't spend time with her. And I got tired of going over there to see the dog. I didn't go over there to see my mom. I went over there to go see the dog. And every time I would go, she was tied up to a door. And I'm like, give me her. Let me take her. Because you're not doing anything with her. You're not spending time with her. You're not doing nothing with her. So I took her. And she
Y'all needed each other.
Yep.
And y'all needed each other.
Yep. So what other questions or talking points, Kai, you have? What this y'all show? I'm just a guest.
Girl, look, that's Dr. Chris, girl.
Girl. You know,
But
I
it's
was
a real
telling Kai about this the
See,
other
this
day.
is so
You
golden
know,
because
It's a real flower, yes.
Yeah.
I'm listening, doctor.
oh, you girl, you ain't gotta call me that. Just call me Chris. It's cool. So, you know, we talking about toxic family and you know, having to cut them off to maintain your peace or just, you know, you on something different and they're not. not wanting to change, not wanting to heal, not wanting to grow or, elevate in any way. But there are some people in the family that are aware of how these family members are treating you, acting with you, disrespecting you, talking, speaking to you, right? And instead of, like we talked about earlier, checking them, like, yo, that's not right, that's family, whatever, whatever, like, you need to apologize, y'all need to make it right. It's not just this person's fault, it's your fault too. What did you do? What did you say? Instead of saying that, they'll say, well, they're gonna leave this earth one day.
And so am I.
Okay. Okay, they're gonna leave the earth. How do you get a toxic family member to see your point of view? They're not gonna
because they thrive on being right, so they don't want to change. They like that feeling of they're right, you're wrong, so they don't want to change, so they're not going to see your point of view because you want to change, you want to do better, you want to be more positive, and they're thriving off of that negativity.
Right. And they're lacking accountability,
Yes.
and it's always, we've all heard this saying, when you point one finger, you got three pointing back at you. So the person that's always pointing the finger, always pointing the finger, always pointing the finger, they don't even see the three fingers that's pointing back at them. They lacking the accountability. They don't want to acknowledge what they did, because then that's going to make them sit back and that's going to make them reflect on their life. That's going to make them reflect on the things that they done did that's fucked up. And they don't want to do that. They want, in their mind, they have to be the victim. They have to find something wrong with everybody else to make themselves feel better. And that's just what it is. And that's why you have to cut them off, because they're never going to take accountability for their actions.
If you want to heal and you want to move forward, Steve Harvey said something a while back. Sometimes you have to leave people where they at to go where you need to go, because they don't want what you want. They don't want what you want. So what do you say when they just say you want to be a victim so bad? You don't want to be the victim. You want to change. They're trying to be the victim by staying where they are at.
Right. They're projecting. That's what they're doing. They projected. So everything that they say that you're doing, that's really them. They want to be the victim so bad.
Yes.
It's them. That's what my mom did my whole life. She projected everything. Everything poor her. Oh my God, I just feel so bad for her because she's a single mother and she do this, and Kaya just so this and so that. Yeah, but that bitch don't tell y'all what she be doing to me.
One thing, they do what they do to us behind closed doors. They say what they say to us behind closed doors, but in public, around strangers, they project themselves to be this loving, caring, oh my God, I love Kai so much, I love Chris so much, I love Nicole so much, but then when y'all at home, they calling you every name in a book. They trying to put their hands on you, and so that's how that go.
Listen, I know all about this. There's so many people that I have disconnected from, and I'm sure they're talking about me like a dog child. I'm this, I'm that. Oh, you think you all that because you done got your doctorate. Oh, I was there with her when she was in school, but now that she graduated, she don't want nothing to do.
I'll take pictures at the place.
Tell them when I was going through my trials and tribulations, what you were trying to do to
it's gonna make me stronger.
Did you share that with everyone? Okay. Everything that people try to do to you to break you, and yet and still you're stronger. What?
That's
you
right.
Survived? You're better?
That's right.
How dare you know your worth? How dare you know who you are? That pisses them off. And at the end of the day, that's not your problem. It's not your problem. Because I know who I am. And I know the value that I bring. And I know how hard I've worked to heal and grow and be at peace. And you you can't disturb
because misery love company, that's why.
Oh, okay.
That's right. That's right.
You're miserable. It's like that's your problem, not mine. You miserable, baby. And it's okay. I send you love and peace. But at the end of the day, I'm over here Still looking
Glowing
good as
and
ever.
growing.
Better as ever. Growing and growing. I'm okay without you.
Yep.
And that's what
Yep.
pisses them off. How
Hmm.
dare you be good without
And
me?
to speak to my
Girl.
specific situation on what you just said, Chris, I don't know if Kai shared this with you, but I have a physical disability. So the fact that I'm able to work 2 full-time jobs, drive myself around, take care of my son and a house, they are like, how is she able to do all that with a physical disability and not need help? It's because, first of all, my
Mm-hmm.
ancestors are looking out for me and they got their hands on me and they never left me, and I know that.
Mm.
And then they sent me a beautiful
Mm.
son to help me. That's how. That's how I'm making it. Y'all look nice. Y'all have fun good and don't do nothing I wouldn't do. Enjoy yourself. Take plenty of pictures because I want some. Y'all lucky I'm on this podcast because you know I'll be snapping it up. So take plenty pictures. Y'all look nice
Why you ain't tell us? We supposed to
because this
say
is
it every
important.
hour.
This needs to be talked about. This needs to get out to the people, and I appreciate the opportunity to be on here with you all, and I wanted to do this. This is, believe it or not, a part of my healing. Talking about my story, talking to other people is a form of healing for me. Because the more I talk about it, the
Yeah.
more I realize you're not a victim, you're a survivor. You made it. You're making it. You're
Mm.
doing it. And I want to give that same
Mm-hmm.
energy, that same positive energy to other people and let them know, listen, whatever you're going
Yeah.
through, you can make it too. You can get through it too, but you have to be willing to do the work to get there. And it took me a while. Like I said,
Yeah.
when this first started happening, I would go word for word with them. Like, you want to argue? Okay, let's argue. You want to talk, you want to throw salt and bring up past stuff? Let's do that. But where is that putting me? Where is that bringing me? What good is that bringing me? That was only making
Yeah.
me bitter. That was only making me mad because we arguing. I'm walking away mad because I done just argue with you and I really didn't want to. And it's like, now my whole day is messed up because I done argued with you. Instead of now, I'm worried
Yeah.
about my peace. I'm worried about my sanity. I'm worried about what's going on at my house. Make sure my son is straight, making sure my bills are paid. I have too much other things to be worried about than to be bickering and arguing and being negative and nasty with you. I have more positive things to be focused on. And that's where my change came. I had to get tired of the toxicity. I had to get tired of the
Yes.
arguing. And once I got tired and I said enough and I realized my part in that, because yes, I had a part in it because I was arguing with them. So it wasn't just them because I was feeding into it by arguing back. When I got tired and I realized, you know what, enough, I need to do better. When you know better, you do better. And so when I sat down with myself and I was like, you know what? You wrong. You dead wrong. You wrong just like them. So how you gonna fix yourself and you doing the same thing they doing? When I realized that and stepped back and really looked at myself and what I was doing and who I was, I didn't like who I saw when I looked in the mirror. I didn't. And once
Yeah.
I realized I'm responsible for me and my actions and my words, and only I can fix me, then and only then did my transition and my healing start, you know. And it's
Yeah.
like you said, now they look at me like she thinks she better than us. I don't. I
You
just
think
want
I'm
better.
better. You think I'm better.
Right. I
Projection.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I want better for me. I like my peace of mind. I like being positive, you know? And look, I got my chakra bracelets on. I'm like, yes,
Okay.
yes,
Well, I got my chakra tattoo.
nah, nah. And I'm just like, peace and light.
But and this is something that a lot of people don't realize when you first start. You don't realize how
Oh my
painful
God.
healing can be, right? Because all these people you've been connected to for so long, you starting to see their true color,
Yeah,
and you're like, not you. Like I thought you loved me, and it hurts you because it's like this is
yeah,
how you've been all along. This is how you
right,
felt about me all along. Here I am pouring and loving you and putting
right.
myself to the back to to show up for you and love you
Everything,
with my whole entire
Right.
being. And whole
everything.
time you
And
hate
the
me.
It's
crazy thing about
conditional love.
the crazy
It's
thing
like,
about the crazy thing about my
right.
situation is let me say this because I see a few people from my Facebook page popping in and a few people from my Instagram page. I am not here bashing my family. I'm not doing that. I'm not bashing my biological mother. I'm not bashing my grandmother. I'm speaking my truth. I'm speaking my truth and I'm sharing my story and my healing and how I got to where I am. So if y'all go back telling them, please tell them the right thing. And I'm going to say this, what I say once, I can say twice.
Okay.
So whatever I say here today behind this screen, I can say in person because I'm not saying nothing wrong. I'm speaking truth. I'm not being messy and I'm not blaming nobody. But my mother, my biological mother, met the person that sexually assaulted me. She met him when he was in prison. Unbeknownst to me, I was 9 years old at the time. Unbeknownst to me, he was in prison for sexual assault on his then ex-girlfriend. So when he was released, my mama let him move in. When he moved in, about 2 months in, he started beating on her. When I say beating on her, I remember him standing over her with a machete to her throat. And this is me at 9 years old witnessing this. I remember saving her because when she screamed, Nicole, I woke up, ran in the front room. She's on the floor bleeding from her nose, her eyes, her lips. He's running out the door because now I done saw what he's doing. And I guess he was ashamed to some extent. So I done saved you and I saw this. And as a parent, if you stop if a certain behavior stops, wouldn't you wonder, well, where is he projecting that energy to? All of a sudden, out of the blue, he stopped beating on her. She never once questioned why. Now, this man has been beating on you since day one. You want to know why he stopped beating on her? That's when he started raping me. And she never not once questioned that. And I'm like, as a parent, I question Nicholas all the time. I need you to tell me the good, the bad, the ugly. What happened today at school? Did somebody touch you? Because they rape boys too.
Definitely.
What did somebody touch you? Did somebody tell you something inappropriately? Because it's crazy because I'm like, I saved your life multiple times. This dude was standing over you with a machete to your throat, about to slit your throat. If you wouldn't have hollered my name and I wouldn't have walked in that front room, you would be dead. But yet and still, when I tell you this man rapes me over the course of a few years, and I tried to tell you 3 different times and you didn't believe me.
You know what I noticed, or what I've learned about family? All of our family,
I don't
they are hurt
call them family,
from
they relatives.
something. They're hurt,
Mhm.
and they all need healing. They all need therapy, and they're stuck at the age where they first receive that trauma, and they react even though they're in their 40s or 50s, physically, mentally, and emotionally. They still that little 5-year-old, that little 12-year-old, that little 16-year-old child, and they don't know how to process shit
Yep.
because they never had the opportunity. They never learned how to do it. But then again, that's when that accountability come in. I
Yeah.
remember when I was 9 years old and my mama was dating my little brother, daddy, me, and my little brother 10 years apart. Mama only had 2 kids, me and my little brother. My daddy had all the kids. So, me and my little brother 10 years apart. I was 9 years old. And I remember one night, my little brother daddy came over to our apartment, and he looked at me and he said, "You know what, Kaya? You're a very beautiful little girl. If you was older, I would date you instead of your mom." And my mama didn't say nothing.
That
She
bothers me.
got mad, and she's been angry at me since then. And it trickled over to my adulthood, because then when I got older and I started dating people and started bringing people around her, she started backdooring me and started fucking the niggas that I was fucking. Because in her mind, that fucked her up.
Right.
But
Right.
you didn't say nothing, because you would rather have a piece of a man than not have no man at all.
Yes.
When I was little, going to daycare, I told my mama that the lady that was watching me used to molest me. And when I remember, I woke up one day and I was potty trained. And I woke up to this lady unbuttoning and unzipping my pants in her bed. And when I woke up and I jumped, and she just hurried up and, ran out the room. And that shit fucked me up, because then I got older and I just started like holding my bladder. I wouldn't want to go to the bathroom at nobody's house. I would start peeing on myself. And my mama didn't put two and two together, because I told her that happened. I'm like, Miss Annie tried to touch me. Miss Annie put her nub inside of me, because the lady hand was like deformed or whatever. And this lady, my mama still made me sit in the Kingdom Hall with this lady every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday, and she fucking knew. She never had nobody stand up for her when shit used to happen to her. So then I had to learn how to stand up for myself.
Yeah.
And then people in my family, because she too grown and she talk back and she just, no.
Yeah.
I don't have nobody to stand up for me, so I have to stand up for myself. I have to protect myself the best way I know how.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So they all need some type of healing. They all hurting, and hurt people hurt people.
That part. And to the person that told me, thank you, that my son's suit looks nice, thank you. I don't remember your name, but I appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh, that was Tariel.
Thank you, Tariel.
Y'all listen. When me and Kai started this, it's Safe Speak Your Truth, we had no idea how many people it would reach, how many people would resonate with it. We just knew that we all were going through something. We all needed the support. We're all in different stages of healing. Like we say, our first episode, my first introduction, I said we are all going through something. Whether it's childhood trauma, whether it's trauma from past relationships, whether it's toxic connections, family, friends, we're all dealing with something. And we feel like we by ourselves, and we're not. So on this platform here, when you step into this room, can't nobody judge nobody. We're open. We're discussing the story. We're speaking our truth, because it's safe, right? The name of this is Safe. Speak Your Truth. So we can't judge nobody. We can't talk about nobody. We can't, because we ain't nobody on this earth perfect, period. You can't look down on nobody, period. So if you coming in here to be nosy, hey, welcome. Just make sure if you throw a rock and you try to hide your hand, it's gonna come back on you, baby. That energy gonna come back around on you. So don't be talking about nobody, about their healing and their story, or what we talk about in this room, because it's safe here. We're trying to be safe here, because a lot of people are suffering. They feel unsafe speaking their own truth, and they can't continue, because that's why we got people out here taking their own lives. That's why we got people out here on the street and on drugs. That's why we got people out here robbing people and killing people, because they got so much on their mind, and they can't release it.
They're mentally unstable.
They don't have nobody.
Unstable.
Mentally.
Yep.
Mentally, they're going through it. They don't know. They don't know what's happening with them. We trying to give them a space to talk about it, to see, whether I'm a doctor, okay, and that don't mean I'm different from anybody else. That don't mean I ain't got stuff to deal with. Same thing with Kai. You look at her, she on the platform. Okay, cool. But she got some things she got to heal from too. And that's why we coming together from all different walks of life. We just trying to pour into one another. Because I'm tired of seeing people on the internet talk about the same conversations. Ain't nobody healing though. How are we healing? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about our pain and do something productive and be supportive of one another. Let's do that. So I'm off my soapbox. I didn't say what I had to say. I didn't went off, whatever you want to say. Kai, do your thing, sis. Go ahead. You got it.
Basically everything that Dr. Chris just said. And I'm going to just go ahead and speak my piece on it too, because, I've seen a lot of family and family friends, acquaintances, pop in, and just like Nicole said, if I said it once, I could say it again. And if I had a problem with people knowing, I wouldn't be on this live recording, and I wouldn't be posting this on YouTube, and I wouldn't be posting this on Facebook, and I wouldn't be posting this on Instagram. I wouldn't be posting this on TikTok. I wouldn't be posting this on Snapchat if I gave a fuck about what anybody had to say, because I didn't already live through it. I didn't already overcame it. I didn't already survived it. And now it's time for me to share my story with the world. And that's just that. And whoever we can help, that's who our target audience is. People who want help with changing, people who want to know, damn, how do I get through this? How do I get through a family betrayal? How do I get through friendship betrayals? How do I get through not loving myself? How do I get through not knowing how to motivate myself? How do I get through this? I don't have nobody I can talk to. I can't afford therapy. I don't feel comfortable talking to a stranger. So we're being vulnerable, and we're putting ourselves out here on these streets.
Okay? Y'all, my little cousin Shelby is on here. Hey, Shelby.
Hey, Shelby.
So that's basically what this is about.
She reached out. I'm sorry, Kai. She reached out to me a while ago about going to counseling to fix some stuff. So, Shelby, I'm glad that you could join us, baby. I appreciate you logging on.
Yeah, like that's really what all of this is about. And so we're going to continue to use our voices to speak our truth and to help people overcome, things. I do spiritual consultations. I can't even tell you how many spiritual consultations I've done in the past 3 years, and I can't even begin to express like how overwhelming that is. And I'm not saying overwhelming in a bad way, just the fact that I'm still in contact with the people that I've done consultations on, and just the feedback that I get, just people telling me, you made me look at something from a different perspective. I never thought about life like that. I never thought about it in this way. Please don't stop doing what you're doing. I may not comment, I may not like stuff, I may not share it, but I'm watching everything you do, and you help me every day. I get these calls, I get these text messages, I get these DMs, but I don't do none of this shit for clout. And I'm never going to share it. I'm never going to repost it unless they publicly post it on my page.
And let me speak to that, y'all. Kai helped me back in 2021. That was part of my journey and my healing and my spiritual journey. I was born and raised Catholic, and I started questioning things, right? I started questioning religion, the Bible, God, all of that. I did. So I reached out to Kai and I said, Kai, I need a session with you. I need to talk about some stuff. And I said, if Kai mentions these 3 things that she and I never talked about, I know that she's the real deal, because I've had tarot readings before, and what they did was they'll ask you questions, and based on your answers from those questions, that's how you get your reading. Kai didn't do that. Kai straight just gave me what she had come to her. And when I tell you, she mentioned not just those 3 things, but she mentioned 5 things, 2 things that I even didn't bring up, that I didn't even say, okay, if she mentioned these 5 things, I said only 3. She added 2 more. And that was back in 2021. That started my spiritual journey. That made me look at things differently and move differently and act differently. 2021. So Kai, I want to publicly say to you on here, I appreciate you. I appreciate that session and I appreciate your friendship because you opened my eyes to a lot. I look at everything now differently because of you. And thank you. Like the things that I'm like, wow, like for real. Like and nothing surprises me anymore. Nothing makes me mad. Nothing takes me out of character or anything of that because of my session with Kai. And I'm not just saying that because she's here in my face. I'm telling y'all the real. This is how I really feel. I tell this to strangers. I'm like, I'm totally different because of October 2021. I marked that date on my calendar because that is the date, that is the month and the year that I changed. Kai changed me. She changed my life. She changed my way of thinking. And I'm forever appreciative and grateful because you helped me more than you know.
She about to cry.
You helped me more than you know. Like you opened my eyes to a lot. You made me start questioning things and stop just taking things at face value and really be like, is this real or are you just bullshitting me? You know what I'm saying? And you made me question religion and you made me question God. I might not comment on all of your posts anymore like I used to because I got these 2 full-time jobs now, but I see you, sis. And I am so very proud of you. You hear me? I am so very proud of you. And I appreciate you and your friendship. And I want to encourage you to keep going and do what you're doing because you made a difference in my life. And if you made a difference in my life, as stubborn as I was, I know you're going to reach some people and you're going to do some big things. So I need you to keep going.
Oh my God.
I need you to keep going and I need you to do you because, yeah, you're a real one. You're a real one. And I don't call that very many females friends because that's just not who I am. Females are messy, they catty, and they talk about you and all. So I don't have a lot of female friends, but you're a real one. And I appreciate your friendship and I appreciate you being in my life. I just wanted to publicly say that because I really, that's right. She opening people's eyes. Exactly. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you, ID.
Absolutely. She sure is. Yep.
Oh my God. Y'all, I don't know, like, I know we kind of are getting off of the topic and I'm okay with that. But y'all just really, I don't think y'all, like, I don't think that it really register with me the difference or like the impact that me doing consultations have on people.
Because it's
and I guess
it becomes your normal.
Yeah, and it's just like I'm with you for that hour, but you are with yourself for the rest of your life. So I don't see how it plays out, in your life. And sometimes, like, I even question myself. I'm like, is this really real? Like,
it's real.
But then it's just like, yeah, because I don't know nothing about these people and how the stuff just come to me, like.
And I had talked to you in 4 years before that consultation.
Right.
Like we didn't follow each other on no social media platforms. We didn't talk, text, email, none of that. So you didn't know. You did not know a thing about what I was looking to hear. And when I tell you, I said 3 things and you told me 5, I was like, I know you lying. I know you lying. It couldn't have been nobody but the ancestors because the things that you said, only they and I know.
Right. Y'all,
Mm-hmm.
another moment of transparency. I went back home, so I live in Texas, and I went home to New Orleans for my birthday a couple weeks ago, and I got my own first spiritual consultation done at the House of Hoodoo. And y'all, I didn't know what to expect. And so I walked into this room and it was just dark. It was just lit by candles. And I sat down and the high priest was like, the first thing he told me was, you have good energy. The second thing he told me was, why are you here? You can do this yourself. You don't need nobody to do this for you. And I was just like, wow,
Mm-hmm.
That part.
wow.
That part.
So it's really big, and I just really feel like this is a part of my life purpose, really to help people. And I feel like that's why we go through a lot of the things that we go through, because we have to heal from that, and then we have to show other people
Oh,
how to heal from it. We
Mm-hmm.
have to show other people how to heal
yeah.
from it,
Yep.
and we have to lead by example. So we are the ones that's leading
Yes.
by examples. We
Mm-hmm.
are the matriarchs, no matter our physical age. This is spiritual, and our spirits are older than our physical human ages. And we are here to help people to heal. That's what we're here for. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm definitely willing to like have a group, a sister group, if it's just females or if it's men too, because I've done consultations for men and I've had men cry, and men don't cry in front of people. And they just like, I feel safe with you. I feel comfortable. I feel like you're not going to judge me. And I just feel like men need this
Mm-hmm.
healing too. Like,
Absolutely.
Oh, girl. And we gonna get into that, y'all. We have so many topics that we're gonna dive deeper into when it comes to this healing thing. Like, it's not just limited to women. It's not just limited to, females. That's that female stuff. Y'all emotional. No, baby, it's for everybody. Everybody again
Mm-hmm.
needs healing. Okay? It's not us trying to just isolate people or whatever. If you ready, if you serious, you really ready and serious about you, about your growth, about your peace, and you ready to make changes, you're
That's
gonna
right.
resonate with what we talking about. Cause we hitting everything. We hitting every topic. We not leaving
That's
no stone unturned. And things like we say, like I say, we out here being vulnerable with ourselves, right? We putting ourselves on Front Street. Things that we still are dealing with and trying to heal from.
Yep.
We talking about it. So hopefully that makes y'all feel more comfortable and let y'all know that ain't nobody over here just doing it for show, doing it to be seen, doing it for clout, like y'all say. Ain't nobody on there. We just trying to help everybody that's serious about healing heal. That's all. If you rocking with it, Bazam. We'll be here in the next couple of weeks. Every 2 weeks, we're here on Instagram Live. We upload everything on YouTube. Kai does that. You know what I'm saying? We have an email set up. Y'all have questions, your concerns. Y'all want us to bring up a topic and discuss it. We're down for that. Email us.
Right.
We cool.
and if you want to join, if
Inbox
you want to
us.
be a guest, let us know.
Let us know. We'll add you to the schedule, baby. We are serious about this. And me and Kai talk about this all the time. We were very it took a while because like we say, we out here, we just talking about stuff, putting our stuff on Front Street. That's scary, right? And I talked to Kai about it. I'm like, I don't know, like, people gonna know this, and what about my job, and what people gonna think about me, what they gonna say, and they gonna be talking about what we share. She was like, okay, but didn't you say that you were serious about your healing journey? Because I've talked to Kai about my journey and what I've experienced. It's not just Nick, it's not just other people that are here, it's not just people that are inbox, it's me too. Like I say, y'all look at us like we're different from y'all. We're not.
We all
We're not.
started somewhere.
Right. It's it's just like school.
We all started
And I
somewhere.
say this analogy, and I want to continue to use this.
Oh,
It's just like school. You have some people in pre-K, you got some people in
yeah.
elementary, you got some people in middle school, you got some people in high school, you got some people in college. We just might be in college. Y'all may be in middle school, elementary school, but we still all are learning something. We're just learning things at a different level.
That's
That's it.
right.
That's all. We don't think we're better than nobody. We
Exactly.
still learning and healing and growing. It's just we've already healed. We've already passed the 12th grade. We didn't already complete the ninth grade. That's it. That's all. So we can help you. We just tutors. You can look at us like tutors, okay? You failing something in school. Look, let me get somebody that's in a higher grade to tutor me. But that person still in school though, right? That person's still learning stuff, but they just learning something that you haven't learned yet. And then when you get to that grade, they can
Yeah.
help you with that. That's all it is.
That's right.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
all.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh wow. Wow. Wait, I did. We didn't catch up. Wait. Wait, people move to different cities. Oh my God. So people be saying I be being messy, y'all. They be saying all kind of stuff, but I'm not. I'm not. I did. Since she's talking about it in the comments, I did her reading, and I just only said what I saw in her energy. I didn't know who the energy belonged to. I didn't know the people that energy belonged to. But everybody assumed that I just was being messy. No, I was not. I wasn't. I wasn't. I wasn't. Oh, because Kaya being messy. No, I'm not. Y'all just don't like the truth.
Right. That part, because it exposes them.
Mhm.
It exposes their hand and exposes who they really are as a person. And they don't like that. They like the facade. They like people to think that it's just all peaches and cream and roses. And it's not. But what I will say is this healing journey, facing yourself and facing yourself in the mirror is hard, it's ugly, it's just, oh my, you cry, you get emotional, but it's worth it in the end. Because where I am now, I never would have thought that I would be where I am now, spiritually, mentally, emotionally. Like I'm just like, nothing bothers me anymore. Like I'm like, okay, all right, if that's how you feel, if that's what you say, okay, I'm not about to argue with you. I'm not.
Right.
And it takes time to get
It
there. You know, like
does.
I said earlier, when you start out, it's like you're so
Yep.
responsive to everything. You're like, damn, that hurt. Really? Why would you say that?
Yep.
Everything hurts you. Because it's like, damn, I would never say that. I
Right.
would never do that to you. And we talked about that last time. That's just who those people are. They're doing what they're supposed to do. And most times it's teaching you, especially if you're a former people pleaser, it's teaching you about boundaries. It's teaching you about valuing yourself. It's teaching you about standing up for yourself. It's teaching you about putting people in their place. If they acting certain ways with you, okay, they need to get cut off. Instead of going back and forth, y'all fussing, arguing,
That's right.
whatever, you take your energy back.
Right.
That's how you get your lick back. That's how you say, okay, you want to play? Okay, cool, no problem. You fall back.
That's right.
That's going to hurt them harder than you going back and forth with somebody and giving them attention and energy that you could be pouring into yourself.
I didn't want your
So
services.
I think,
Okay, they just hit me up and we could get something scheduled. Just hit me up. And we could definitely get something scheduled. But you know, the saying is you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. So, you know, you keep entertaining these people, you're gonna keep getting hurt, you're gonna keep repeating that cycle over and over and over again. The only way you could beat a person at their game is to stop playing sometimes and let them play by themselves.
stop playing.
Because you can't, my energy, I look at my energy like money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you go to a store and you see that, you know, you go to a store, you're looking for something, and you don't see anything in that store that's valuable that you feel is you worth spending your money on. You're not going to waste your money on something that you don't see any value, that's not going to add any value to your life. So why am I going to give you any energy if you can't reciprocate that same positive energy back into my life? I'm not spending my energy with you. I'm not wasting my energy on you. I'm not doing it.
Right.
And healing is like, it's like a wound, right? So let's say you cut yourself, and because it's fresh, anything that touches it, anything that gets inside of it is going to burn. It's going to irritate. It may even cause an infection, right? If you don't take care of it. So when you healing and this fresh, your wound is fresh, it is very important for you to isolate yourself so that you can focus on what is causing those triggers. Why are you here? How did we get here? What is it that I need to do? What is it that's causing my wound to get infected? What is causing my wound to burn? How can I heal my wound? It's like putting your hand in the fire, and you know that the fire is hot, and you know that it's going to hurt you and burn you and cause your skin to melt and burn, but you can't heal from the fire if you keep your hand in the fire. You got to remove your hand from the fire in order for it to heal. So if you stay around them toxic people, no matter how much you love them, no matter how much it hurt, it's going to hurt worse to hold on than it is to let go. Because once you take your hand out that fire, your hand is still going to burn. It's still going to hurt for a few days. It's going to hurt until it heals. And you're going to hurt until you heal. If you talk about something and it does not make you emotional, if it doesn't make you cry, then you've healed from it. But if you talk about it and you still get a little emotional, that means that you still got some healing to do. And that is okay.
Yes. I was just going to say that. I was like, even when you think, oh, I'm good, I'm over that, I'm healed from that, and you're triggered, that's a signal that, okay, I'm not as good as I thought I was. What step did I skip? What else do I need to address? Do I need to dig a little deeper? That's fine too, because sometimes we be like, man, I should be over this by now. It's fine if you're not. We think that we're on a timeline that we're supposed to be, or I need to be over this by next month, by next year. I don't even want to look at this no more. I don't want to think about this no more. That's not, you shouldn't be thinking like that. I mean, I get it. You know what I'm saying? We trying to, clear our plate, clear our energy, whatever. I don't want to think about this no more. I don't want this coming up no more. I want to get over it. But there's no timeline. Everybody's healing
At all.
different
Everybody's
paces.
individual.
You have to be okay with that. Right. You have to be okay with that. You have to accept that. You have to give yourself grace. You have to be patient with yourself. The same things that you're giving to other people, why can't you give that to yourself? And I know we've been taught, oh, you looking out for you first. That's selfish. Okay. As I should. I should look out for myself first, because how I'm going to expect to pour into other people.
That's right.
And exactly.
Exactly. And then people like to call it being selfish, right? But because you're looking out for yourself first. But if you've ever flown on a plane, those flight attendants will tell you, in the case of an emergency and these oxygen masks dispense, you make sure that you have on your oxygen mask before you help your child or your neighbor.
That's right.
Because you cannot help somebody if you die, and if you can't even breathe, how can you help somebody else? You have to take care of yourself first.
That's right.
You calling that being selfish and all, that's fine. I'll be that. That's fine. I'll be that. You're right. But I'm not a people pleaser, and that's what you used to. You used to me putting everybody first. You used to me putting your needs before my own needs. You used to me going without for you. And I'm not doing that no more, because you wouldn't do that for me.
Not no more.
Y'all, when I was 17, I got pregnant, and my baby was stillborn. Y'all know, well, y'all don't know, but I'm about to tell y'all, my mama never hugged me. My mama never kissed me. My mama never held me. My mama never said, you gonna be all right. My mama never spent time with me. When I got released from the hospital, I was in the house by myself every single day. And I had to figure it out. I had to figure out those emotions by myself at 17. But what she was doing was going to my grandmother's house, going to my grandparents' house and talking about me like I'm a dog, like I'm a fucking whore in the street. And I had sex with one boy for 6 years. And she made it seem like I was out there being a hoe because that's what she was when she was my age. She was a hoe, not me. But
Jealousy.
then, years later, our neighbor husband passed, and I literally watched this lady drop everything that was in her hands and run over to that neighbor and hug her and hold her and tell her it was gonna be okay. And I just stood there with my arms crossed. Now this was like over 10 years, like 10 years that I had lost my child. But I looked at her and I'm like, damn, my mama really must not give a fuck about me. I couldn't even get that after I lost a child at 17. Hell, my dead child, my dead daughter in my arms at 17, and I didn't even get that reaction. You told the doctors not even to give me an epidural, and the look that she had in her eyes when I was in pain, it was like she got off of me suffering.
Because
But
And
she
because
don't tell that story.
at that point she realized that you were better than her, and she didn't like that feeling. So she was like, I want her to hurt. I want her to feel the pain that I feel.
That's exactly what it was. And that's what I've learned.
we gonna get deeper into this because our next topic, I'm gonna do a little brief introduction. We're gonna continue this conversation about, cutting all toxic family and parents or whatever. But when we talk about forgiveness, right? People think forgiveness means re-access. We have to remain connected
Not
to the
at all.
people we forgive, including our parents. It's like, I'm angry with my parents. They didn't do me right. They didn't treat me right. Yeah, they raised me, but look at me. Look at the trauma that I'm holding, that I'm carrying. I'm angry. How do I deal with that? Do I have to forgive them? We're gonna get into that. That's our next topic. And we hope you join us next time. You know how we do it. We do a little introduction, and then my girl Kai, she chooses an affirmation to bring us on out. So Kai, however you want to do it, or Miss Nikki, you want to do it, but somebody needs to give us an affirmation so we can end this thing off right. And
I'm gonna leave it up to you, baby. You do this best.
Oh, God.
Oh, y'all. Okay, so today's affirmation, I can't even lie to y'all. I forgot to pick one, but I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I forgot to pick one. It's been a time, y'all. We all going through something, but it's okay. Let me pull one up for us right quick. Hold on. I'm gonna pull one up for us because that don't mean that we're not gonna have one. Okay, so we're going to go with this one. I like this one. So we're going to close off today's conversation with the affirmation that I am worthy of love. I'm worthy of love. And I'm not just talking about love from other people. I'm talking about love from yourself, self-love. Put yourself first. Be selfish and love yourself. Love yourself like you love other people. Care for yourself like you care for other people. Love yourself. I am worthy of love. So that's how we're going to end this conversation this evening. And we will be back on Saturday, May 6th, same time at 7 p.m. Central Time with another special guest to join in on the conversation. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Dr. Chris for a few words of encouragement.
All right, y'all. So this was a heavy topic, but I just want to reaffirm everything that we discussed. You know, you wanting better, you wanting more, that is okay. And if you have to disconnect from people, family, friends, people that you grew up with, that's okay too. They can't come where you're going. Don't you feel guilty for wanting better? Don't you feel guilty for wanting to disconnect from people that don't mean you no good? You, you, you're breaking curses, baby. You are healing. It look good on you. Happiness looks good on you. Peace looks good on you. And we are so proud of you. And we healing with you. So with that, y'all have a good evening. And make sure whatever you do, you protect your
Yes.
peace.
All right, y'all. Bye.
Have a good night.